Good morning, Port St. Lucie. Welcome back to another episode of PSL Daily Download, your first stop to all things real estate in Port St. Lucie. Today, we got a lot of good stuff to cover. We're going to talk about inventory, the rates. We're going to talk about the market a little bit, and we're going to end with a down payment assistance program, if I could get that out. Down payment assistance programs right here in Port St. Lucie was just approved by your city council. And I'm going to go over that. I'll actually go over the whole article. It was posted yesterday by TC Palm, so I'll get to that in a minute. But let's jump in. I was actually reviewing the inventory, so we're going to start there and kind of move it around. So we'll keep it fresh. We'll kind of change it up this morning. But we'll see where we're at and then get our day started. So hopefully I won't take too much of your time, but just enough to get you ready and prepared to get your day started. All right, here we go. So listings. It looks like listings increased about 0.45% from yesterday to today, from 2233 to 2243. Now it's actually increased just a little bit month over month to date, and we're reaching that 1% mark. Okay, right now we're at 0.95 month to date. For homes listed under 375, we could see that it actually increased just a little bit from one day to the next, 535 to 537. But month to date, there has been quite a bit of an increase. We're at 9.15% month to date. Homes listed above 375 increased from 1696 to 1704. And although we had that increase, we are still down month to date 1.39%. You can see that right down here. If I could click on it, oh, there we go. That was the 915, 139. Sorry, I didn't notice you couldn't see my mouse. For homes that have been reduced in price, we decreased from 638 to 625, a decrease of 2.04%. Month to date, though, we are still up. We're just under 4%. We're at 3.99 increase month to date on homes with reduced price on it. And lastly, our tracker for rental listings. These are homes, again, it could be single family homes, townhouse, condos, manufactured homes that are listed, definitely not apartments. We went from 375 to 360. That was a decrease, actually sizable decrease, 4%. I don't think we have an increase or so that was the biggest moving day from one day to the next. So something may have happened. Maybe some of these homes were on the market for sale as well and listing, and they probably sold off, or they've taken them out of renting and now they've put them into listing. So we're gonna kind of see where these numbers go. But month to date, we are at 4.65% increase on homes that are on the market to rent. All right. Let's see where the rates ended yesterday. Again, this is Mortgage News Daily's daily rate survey. This is a survey of the companies that they track. As of yesterday, day of end yesterday, again, this is not your rate, my rate, this is not the rate I'm offering you, but just an idea. And the biggest thing here is the trend. And we can see, I love looking at this chart because it gives me a good idea where we're at. It looks like we're kind of at the top of this. So hopefully on the other side of that, we get some lower rates. So they had the 30-year fixed rate at 7.5. That was an increase of 0.06%. And the FHA, another popular program, 30-year fix at 6.95%. And that was also an increase, but of 0.09%. Now, I did get some updates. I'm starting to get them, not from all lenders just yet, as some of them are on the West Coast. But I have noticed a small decrease in rates. So, again, I think it was like at 6 basis points or something like that, very minimal, but it could actually, you could save a little bit money on the pricing. So we'll go to US market news. Again, I go to the CNBC's US market watch. And again, I like this chart just because it has all the stuff that I like to follow. So again, we have a mixed market here. Let's see here. I know S&P was down. I think they've had 3 straight days of losses. Nothing major, but so it looks like that's continuing. Hopefully that turns around here quickly. Our US 10-year Treasury yield is at 4.626. 4.626, yep. And that is down 0.031, which again kind of coordinates with the rates being a little bit better this morning. And the change on that is 0.666%. That's not a good number, and especially in red. All right, we'll just move along here. All right, so we're going to talk on the down payment assistance program. So this article was posted yesterday by TC Palm. And if I don't forget, I'll try to remember to put the article down here. But again, you go to TC Palm, and the article reads Port St. Lucie increases amount assistance. If I could read this morning, Port St. Lucie increases amount of assistance available through affordable housing program. So I'm going to have the computer monitor here read this for us, just because I know you don't want to listen to all my stumbling and all that fun stuff. But the reason I actually want to go through the whole article, normally I may actually cut it short and just kind of hit some highlights. But what I did notice, it actually, when I started reading it, as I read the article, the longer the more I went into the article, deeper it went, it actually answered a lot of my questions. So I didn't want to kind of cut it short and then have you go search for this article. So I'm gonna actually read it, have it read all, read the whole article, and hopefully you find some value in that, because if you're like me, I had a lot of questions when I started reading this. So my computer, here we go. All right, so we're gonna start.
Port St. Lucie, the city will be expanding the amount of help it gives to some residents looking to purchase affordable housing, after a 3-to-1 vote at a city council workshop Monday. The majority of council members agreed with doubling a $50,000 maximum the council had previously set for down payment assistance for new home buyers looking to join the city's Community Land Trust program. The down payment assistance increase, an initial pilot program, will be paid for with federal money from the 2021 American Rescue Plan Act. The number of homes added to inventory is estimated at about 6, Deputy Director of Community Programs Alex Tosca said. That number could change plus or minus 1 or 2 depending on the amount of subsidy new home buyers qualify for. Though a date has not yet been selected to open the application window, Tosca said, the city expects interest to be extremely high. With roughly enough money for 6 houses, there could be hundreds of applications. We will open a pre-application online and that is how people will put their name in, Tosca said. We will keep that open for as long as we can depending on how many entries we get because we probably don't want to exceed about 300-400. The application window will be advertised at least 3 to 4 weeks before it is opened, Tosca said. Once it is opened, a list of names will be randomly selected before being vetted for eligibility. We have to do it this way because the demand is high and to keep it as open and fair as possible, Tosca said. We will never keep a waiting list for programs like this after the grants funds are exhausted, but reopen the pre-application every time we have a new program to open. Program started with 6 houses. The city first began its Community Land Trust program in 2022, through its Neighborhood Services Department and in partnership with the existing Community Land Trust of Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. That year, the city sold 6 properties it had purchased to qualified households, with a maximum income of no more than 80% of the area's median income. The federal government.
So I'm going to stop there for a second. The article, this program, if I'm not mistaken, it was last year. I'm kind of maybe mixing that up. I'm not sure if it was last year or the year before that. They had the same program. I think it was like 3 houses or something like that. And it was a big success. I actually had a lot of people reach out to me regarding this program. Again, to get the financing or anything like that, you got to go through that program. You got to put your name in the hat. But my understanding is that it's good. But again, it's something that you want to get all the details, make sure it's good for you and your family, not only short term, but also long term.
Determines the area median income. In St. Lucie County, it's $84,800, meaning the 80% maximum is set at $67,840, according to Fannie Mae's OMI lookup tool. As part of the Community Land Trust model, any future sales of those houses must be sold at an affordable price to another qualified household. That price is determined based on a formula using the purchaser's household income. Such an agreement ensures the property remains affordable, increasing the impact of the city's investment. These funds will be used differently. The houses purchased under the new program would have two key differences from those initial six. The new model would see potential home buyers find the house they would like to purchase on the open market, and then they could apply to the city for up to $100,000 in down payment assistance. Second, the
All right, so I'm going to pause here for a second. As you can see, my computer's stuck, which the funny part was that I was actually having this error prior to, and I kind of thought I fixed it. Obviously, I did not. So let's scroll down a little bit more and we'll continue.
cutoff would be set at 120% of the area median income, rather than 80%. According to Fannie Mae's AMI lookup tool, that percentage would equate to $101,760 for a household. By taking the down payment assistance, the homebuyer would agree to add the property to the community land trust, taking on those affordability and eligibility requirements for future sales. Finding the right number to match the housing market. Initially in August, the City Council approved a $50,000 maximum in down payment assistance for the new program. However, city staff and Community Land Trust consultant Julie Brunner determined only 4 available houses would meet city standards to be available under that price. With the bar raised to $100,000, the number of viable houses increases to 28, Brunner said. Vice Mayor Jillian Caraballo said she had initial concerns $50,000 would not be enough in today's market. I'm glad to see we're bringing it back, but that it's going to be at 100, Caraballo said. The lone no vote was Councilman Anthony Bona, who said he supported the program but wanted a lower assistance amount. I'm comfortable with up to $75,000, Bona said, later adding he would also be comfortable with $100,000 if the council had to approve any assistance above $75,000. Brunner said $75,000 would result in 12 viable properties.
All right. So I'll actually continue here just because it didn't finish off the article. But Bono's concern did not sway the council members or Mayor Shannon Martin. The goal is to help as many people as we possibly can, Martin said, later adding she did not want to force people to settle for a worse situation to qualify. A second request to put 970,000 of the city funds towards a community land trust program was pushed back to the council's summer workshop scheduled for July. That would give staff time to review the success of the down payment assistance program, Martin said. Okay. So as you can see, this is a program where they're basically by increasing that fund from 50,000 to 100,000 for the down payment assistance, it now gave way or gave the ability for more houses to qualify for this program. So I think they mentioned 20 something homes or 28 homes or something like that. So I know it looks like they're only doing about 6. So maybe this is something that will continue to help those that fit their qualifications. So the biggest thing here is that it's helping people that may not qualify for a regular home, especially in these times where things are expensive. This is an option that they may have if they qualify and if they're picked out of this hat. My concern, obviously, is government putting more money into housing, which may cause an inflation in those prices. And again, depending on for my house, I'd love it. Awesome, the house goes up. But if you're a new or first time home buyer, it might be more difficult to qualify for a home if they continue to go up. So again, it's kind of a balance that we'll have to see kind of which way it goes. But other than that, I think it does help, especially those that are in need of that help. So other than that, I hope you have value in this video. You found value in this video. If you did, please click that like and the subscribe button. If the market changes or anything like that, I'll go ahead and make a quick video. But other than that, I hope you have a great day and I'll see you tomorrow.